Hey, what's up, guys? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be. How's it going? Good to have you. This site can't be reached. So let's talk about movies. See, what did I see? Birds of Prey. That was the one, wasn't it? How come you guys didn't warn me about that movie? That movie was terrible. That movie was just terrible. You know, to tell you the truth, I don't even remember how the gosh darn thing ended. I'm sorry to say, I literally would have to watch the ending again to remind myself of how it even ended. How in the world do I not have internet on this? Oh, come on. Had the Comcast guy out here Monday because my internet went out Sunday, and paying for a gigabyte download speed, not getting gigabyte download speed, not getting 300 megabytes, paying for 1.2 gigs. So he comes out, says, "Oh yeah, your modem's old. You need this new modem." So he swapped out the modem. I got 7 megabytes. I'm like, how the hell does that help anything? I think he disconnected everything. Let me go see what that's going on. Yeah, he did. Disconnected my secondary router. So that will boot back up momentarily. When that does, we'll have internet, I believe. Anyhow, Words of Prey, my goodness. So, twice now they've made a I don't know, Suicide Squad style movie. Jesus. And now I guess I'm supposed to be pleased to go try this third attempt. I think I'm watching Wonder Woman 84 this week. I hope that's better. I mean, does nobody talk to these people and tell them that these movies are terrible? Jesus. I don't understand. I did go see Dune on Thursday, and that was a really good movie. Really, really, really impressed with Dune. I remember watching Dune back in the 80s. I don't remember. One thing I remember is Sting played somebody, and they had this guy that was living in like this floating bubble, or this guy could float, and they had this other thing that lived in like some water tank or something. And I really don't remember much of the movie at all. I really don't remember much of it at all. I should have watched it again, but then I was thinking, why? Because then I'd have to be comparing it between that. I'd rather just watch this for what it is. and I really enjoyed it. It was well over 2 hours, and I don't think there was ever a moment where I thought to myself, okay, you need to speed the movie along because it's getting boring or slow. And I'm not saying that there wasn't moments of slowness. Okay, I'm not saying there wasn't moments where the characters were just in some type of a self-reflection or a contemplation or something along that line, which can easily turn into a slow, boring moment in the movie. But they handled all of that well, and I think the movie just flowed as well as it did. Um, One thing I didn't know when the movie started was that it's going to be a series, which I guess is good because I do remember everybody complained that the first movie that was made back in the 80s was too much story in one movie, and that was the fault with it. So this one did a good job of explaining the world to me. I understand who they are. I understand who the players are. I understand why the people are who they are. So they told enough of the backstory to catch you up. And then there was enough action spread throughout the movie to keep me interested. Had some great actors in it. Had Zendaya in there, and Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista. Um, oh my goodness, Thanos, help me out. What's his name? Was there. So it was really a really properly cast movie. It was a surprise to me. Like I said, I've never read the book. I don't remember the first movie. So of course, as events unfolded, I was surprised. I wish I hadn't done so much on the dreaming that the one guy did. I think that was a little excessive. They probably could have cut out a couple of the little dream sequences that he had. Yeah, I get the point. You can predict the future through your dreams. So that was a little much. But other than that, seeing it on the big screen, it's a lot of film to take in. I don't think they took necessarily the full advantage that they could have of the big screen. It's a whole lot of desert, and so you don't really spend that much of your time looking from left to right to take in the entire aspect of the 185 or whatever frame size that they're using for the IMAX. I'm pretty sure it was shot in IMAX. And I just don't think that it necessarily took advantage of that, only because it's in the middle of the desert and there's not much desert going on. There were some scenes, though, that were pretty nice that made it worth seeing on the big screen. And of course, I enjoy seeing any movie on the big screen in the first place. So I'm going to recommend seeing it in the theater as it is. Theater was sold out, wasn't an empty seat. So both James Bond and Dune were sold out shows when I went and saw those. Venom was not. Venom was half or maybe even less when I saw that on opening night, if that tells you anything. But Dune was really good. Now, I don't know when the next one is. All right, my YouTube is coming up here. So hopefully I'll be able to see chat here in a second. Hopefully you guys have been talking to me. Hey, there we go. I ordered Yelena, the new Black Widow. I saw that had popped up. So I placed that order. Something is coming next week. I paid for. I don't know what it is. Toy Mafia, how you doing? Jake, good morning. Hello. Happy Saturday, everybody. We got Halloween next week, right? This is the last weekend before Halloween. Started getting rain here where I live in California. Northern California, it rains. It don't rain in the summer. This is a perfect Mediterranean climate. Great for growing grapes, making wine. So that's why they do it here. We have no rain from like March until October. So the rain's starting now. And with the rain comes the wind. And with the wind comes the tree branches getting knocked down. With the tree branches getting knocked down, that's when you lose your electric and your internet. So we're going through shakedown right now. So you end up losing your internet and losing your power quite regularly whenever it decides it wants to rain or when the wind blows. CBS Sci-Fi, how you doing? Maker, how's it going? Dagrancis, Universal Key. That's what I'll be watching this week is Wonder Woman 84. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I was hoping for a redeeming factor after that terrible Birds of Prey. God. Shazam was really good. I would enjoy watching Shazam again. I really enjoyed Shazam. I thought Shazam was a really good movie. And Wonder Woman wasn't that bad. Wonder Woman was pretty good. And Aquaman was okay. So those three movies I would enjoy watching again. If I was to tell anybody to watch a DC Universe movie, I would say Shazam for fact. And then I'd say Aquaman and Wonder Woman should be all right. But I was quite impressed with Wonder Woman. I didn't realize she was as powerful as she is. I never really followed Wonder Woman in comics. Of course, I knew about her in the cartoon, the Justice League cartoon that was on back when I was a little kid. Of course, Linda Carter played Wonder Woman. But I didn't realize she was like Superman powerful. I mean, she's badass. I got to give it up, Wonder Woman, man. She can do the job, no doubt about it. She is badass, totally and completely. I wonder if anything starts out okay. So I think they judge their time well and rush the ending. Yeah, I hate that. I hate when they do that. I hate when they do that. But it's a good time to go to the movies. If it's getting chilly where you are, you want to get out of the house because it's too cold to go do the things outside you were doing. Go see Dune. For fact, go see Dune or James Bond. Go see either one of those movies. You're not going to be disappointed. You're not going to be angry that you spent, oh gosh, what's it cost? If you're buying your popcorn and your drink and everything, which by the way, if you're not buying the popcorn and the drink or whatever from the theater, you're not supporting your theater. I just want you to know that. If you enjoy the theater experience, you need to pay the theater for hosting the movie. So I don't know exactly how it works, but from my understanding, the theaters have to bid on the movies, and they bid on them by agreeing to how much of the proceeds of the tickets they'll give to the movie house for uh, the movies. So that's why there are theaters that don't get the first run movies because they're not willing to pay that price for the movies that the movies cost. So in order to get those first run movies, to get them first when they first come out that night, they've got to pretty much give just about all the proceeds from the sales to the theater, to the production company. So the theaters don't make any money off selling the tickets, believe it or not. Now, they might make money off of the upgrades like XD or D box or something along that line, where they may charge you an extra $3. I mean, that might go to the movie theater, but for the most part, the $7 or $8 or $10 or whatever it is you pay for that ticket, most of that goes straight to the production house. So if you enjoy going to your theater, then pay them back by buying their $10 drink or their $15 popcorn or whatever it is, and just enjoy it. I mean, that's really how you're paying your theater back. And I know there's a lot of you that are just as pleased with waiting for it to come to your computer or your television. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's your option as well. But keep in mind, you're paying for that service. So it depends on where you want to put your money. Paying for your internet, paying for your television service, paying for your Roku or your Disney or whatever, or you pay for your theater. If you enjoy going out, buy the stuff. Buy the sports stuff. Support your theater. So that's my opinion on that. I got PE009 in. I don't remember what this is. I think this came from Alter Ego. I think that's who I ordered this from. Don't remember. It double boxed it and wrapped it in this wrap. So good for them. It really really doing their best to get stuff going on out there. I really need to spend time in this room. I think I will this weekend. Start doing something. Maybe. I don't know. Comcast guys supposed to come out again today at 2. I told him, you better bring a piece of equipment that could tell me that this thing's producing 1.2 gigabytes. Don't sit there and tell me it's my computer. I guarantee it ain't my computer. I said, but if he brings a piece of equipment out and he's getting 1.2 gigabyte download on it, and I'm not, all right, then I'll accept that it's my computer. Comcast guy plugged his piece of equipment in and it got 0. He says, oh, my equipment's not functioning. I have to get a new one. I said, no, the router's not functioning. How about getting a new one of those? Because this is a new one. And I said, yeah, what can I say? Then I told him, I said, sure is funny. You're not even providing me with 500 megabytes. You have a $50 plan which provides 500 megabytes. I'm paying $110 for 1.2 gigabyte. The hell am I paying for it? You're not providing me. He goes, well, maybe you should step down to the 500. Domino's Pizza. Oh God, let's rant about that for a minute. I really have no business buying Domino's Pizza in the first place. It's not good for you. It's bad for you. But I'm lazy. I enjoy just having a pizza delivered, right? So I pay their exorbitant fees and their delivery fee and their tip. Hell, a free pizza from Domino's costs $12. So anyhow, they always deliver cold pizza. Always deliver cold pizza. Always deliver cold pizza. Domino's used to have their motto that if it wasn't delivered within 30 minutes from the time you ordered the pizza, it was free. They deliver it in about an hour and a half. They have this little app that tells you, okay, we're making your pizza. Okay, we're putting it in the oven. Okay, they're quality checking it. And then it sits on the shelf for an hour before the guy finally delivers it. And what gets delivered? A cold pizza. And there's nothing like a cold pizza when you want cold pizza. But when you want hot pizza, cold pizza is disgusting. So I called. You can't call Domino's corporate and complain. Matter of fact, first thing I tell you to do, contact the store. So I called the store. I said, I'm tired of you guys delivering cold pizzas. You deliver cold pizzas all the time. Store manager of the store said, well, if you're getting cold pizzas from Domino's, maybe you should stop buying pizzas from us. Every company out there in the world is complaining that they don't have any business because of COVID. They can't get any business. Nobody's partaking in their restaurant. No one's coming to their restaurant. Nobody's helping them out. They're going out of business because they can't get customers. Domino's Pizza don't even give a doggone. They got so many customers, they'll just tell you not to buy from them anymore. So guess what I'm never doing ever again. Ever. I will never, ever order pizza from Domino's Pizza ever again. Ever. That was their solution. Oh, so this is, oh, Jesus, what's his name? Ronan. So that, that kind of confused me when you have Ronan and Ronan. Ronan, the bad guy, and Ronan, Hawkeye. Now, I don't know if they're both spelled the same or spelled differently. Maybe you guys can help me out there. But that's who this is. PE009, Toys Era, Ronan figure. Just got the spin circle over here on my YouTube. There we go. Ooh, that's bright. I moved my lights so that when I bring the figures to you, we can get a good look at them. For instance, after seeing Zendaya again on the big screen Thursday, I hate to say, that don't look anything like Zendaya. I hate to say it. That looks nothing like her. Sorry. So, hopefully we'll get some good head sculpts when Hot Toys finally gets around to producing the figure, right? In the year 2026. I had forgotten that they had killed him at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I literally had forgotten that. Somehow I missed that. Obviously, I remember when Groot said, "We are Groot," and put them all in his little protection bubble. But I guess I missed that that was killing Ronan. Because literally, when Infinity War started, or was it Infinity War? Yeah, when Infinity War started, Thanos has the stone. I'm like, how the hell did he get the stone? And where the hell's Ronan? I literally had missed that. Totally had missed that part of that movie. Totally. I think you guys reminded me that they'd killed him. I was like, where the hell's Ronan? How'd he get the stone from him? So somehow they totally didn't explain that well enough to me. Figure out these distances that we need here to let you see. This is way, way, way overexposed. I have to figure out where to place these lights. Way, way, way overexposed. Let me try to place those right now better. Didn't help out much, did it? Ronan, chill, dude. Killing the camera. Making some indirect lighting here. Helped a little bit, I guess. Totally washing it out. All right, so you have, I guess you'd say 2 relaxed hands on there. Then we have two fists. We get a left trigger finger and a right trigger finger and a left gripping, holding hand. Yeah, those lights are bright. Why are those lights so bright? Same lights I've always used. I just repositioned them. I'm totally blinded by them now. I need to clean all this up. Swear to God, I need to do that this week. That's all there is to it. No excuse. Rectangle base, no plaque. Regular no frills base. Rectangle crotch grabber. And we get his hammer or staff, whichever you would wish to call it, and it lights up, evidently according to the instructions. Uses a CR316. And I guarantee you they didn't include one. I'm going to put money on it. And I don't even know what a CR316 is. So it says unscrew the handle from the head. And install the battery type CR316, which they don't include. I have no earthly idea what even this battery even looks like. It appears to be the shape of a double A, triple A, only like super small, like would be a 6A. So why in the world would they not install a battery? Why not include a battery, which you've never even heard of or even would even have? Unless it's missing in here someplace. There's no battery included. Good morning, Willie. Good morning, Robert. I don't see any battery. So I imagine that it glows from was it the Power Stone that was in this one? I forget. What a shame. What a shame. CR316. That I'll keep in the box. Yeah, Hot Toys prices are going through the roof. $510 for a Carnage. Jesus. Not die cast. Doesn't walk on its own. Doesn't talk. No light up eyes. Nothing. And if it's anything like the Venom pool, it's going to be a full-on ripoff. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, 2024. Yeah, no doubt. Hot Toys. Forever and a day to make something. Let's put that in upside down for some insane reason. Yeah, they don't make them till 2024, but they're sold out now. And then in 2 years, they'll re-release it again. Getting into those Marvel Retro 3-inch figures. Can handle 10-20 bucks instead of 500 here, 800 there, right? I don't know, man. The reason I collect the 1/6 scale in the first place is because of the quality. When they take their time to make the figure look like it's supposed to, then you get a nice looking museum quality wax museum style figure. You know, if they just pull a head off the shelf, like this third party company did with the Zendaya. I mean, I'm trying to figure out who this looks like. I recognize her. It's not Zendaya. You know, that's ridiculous. Hot Toys used to do that like 10 years ago. The characters look, the head sculpts look nothing like the figures. Now they look dead on. That's his robe, cape, if you will. Because of his hood, there's not much head movement. But I'm not, I buy the figures instead of the statues because I want to be able to pose the figures. But, sheesh, you can't even pose the figures now. The figures are falling apart and disintegrate on you. Feels like it's made out of a vinyl rubber or something. A vinyl or a rubber. It's pliable. I like all the different little textures in his hood. How they're raised and such. Did a good job with that. Um, I like the head sculpt. I wouldn't move him much as I pull the arm out. The shoulder pad appears to be attached down here and up here. So I don't want to start mucking with that and breaking that. Let's see. I don't remember whether he was a righty or a lefty. Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr., is a lefty, by the way, in case you were curious. They used a regular colored figure, so the wrist peg is just tan instead of making it the blue that he is. This is one of those figures that you have to wonder why Hot Toys never got around to releasing. You know? It's like, what's the problem? You have to have bad guys in order to have your good guys. I know that sounds messed up to say, but if a superhero has no villain to fight, all they're doing is rescuing kitty cats from trees and stopping dams from breaking and pulling people out of car accidents. And that's what the real heroes do. That's what our police and fire people do. That's their job. The real heroes. The superheroes are designed to keep out the supervillains. Right? So if you don't have supervillains, then what purpose is a superhero? Of course, that's the great question of all the heroes. Who creates who? Did the superhero come about because of the supervillain? Was Spider-Man created because that thief killed Ben, his uncle? Is that why Spider-Man came about? Sure, he got bit by the spider, which gave him the abilities, but he was no superhero at that point. The original comic, all he wanted was money to get a car. I think at that time because he was trying to impress Liz. If I remember correctly. He wasn't trying to stop crime or anything along that line. Didn't care. It's a regular kid, 16 years old. Girls and cars were on his mind. Not being a crime fighter. Not like Batman, who considers himself a full-on crime fighter. And then that question comes, who created whom? Did Batman create Joker? Did Joker create Batman? Right? Mary Jane. You make me cringe when you say that. Yep, Robert Downey Jr. is definitely a lefty. Yeah. Yeah, you know, there's a difference between educating somebody something. Your parents are supposed to teach you your ideas. The reason that we don't have in the United States, we have the separation of church and state. It wasn't designed to keep people from learning about the church. It was designed to keep the church from making laws in the country, was what it was, so that rules could be made without having to consult the church. So they've turned it around to keep the church out of the schools, which means there shouldn't be any ideology taught in the schools. The schools should be reading, writing, and arithmetic. Well, now the schools are teaching ideology. Now the movies are teaching ideology. Now the comics are teaching ideology. And ideology was supposed to be taught at home. And that's the problem that we're experiencing now. I remember when I was growing up, when I was a little kid, I was talking to my mom about, the Russians and the Cubans and Eastern Germany and China and all these communist countries. And I was like, why are they communists? And she says, because they have a different viewpoint on how things should be run. Everybody owns everything. And I said, well, that didn't sound like a bad idea. And she goes, no, until you find out that the government tells you what you have to do as well. You don't have the freedom to travel and go and be anything you want. And I was like, well, that doesn't make sense. So I said, so if I wanted chocolate ice cream, I couldn't have chocolate ice cream? She said, they probably don't even have chocolate ice cream. Now I have no idea. The Iron Curtain was so thick back then that we really didn't know what was going on in Russia and all of that. But communism in Russia fell, communism in East Germany fell, Cuba. What can I say? So why we would want to turn our country into that doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. But that's what ideology is. When they used to show those movies from back in the day where the Gestapo would come through and they would stop just a regular citizen on the street. They'd say, papers, produce your papers. Where's your identification? Who are you? And I was, as a little kid, I'm like, why are they doing that? And my mom was like, because they have to have their identification on them all the time. They have to have permission to travel anywhere. Hello? Think about that for a minute. Think about that for a minute. Pretty interesting, huh? Pretty interesting. He has a hard time standing on his own, so he's definitely going to have his figure stand. He'll go good over with the Thanos on the throne and the Guardians over there. He'll look good over there. Definitely the place for him. No doubt about it. What I want to do now is I want to dress up my Vision in his Halloween costume or in his classic outfit from the comics. When you bought the Visius, it came with, you could either have him in his suit, like a normal human, or you could put him in his Halloween costume. So I bought two of them, so I could dress him up for Halloween. So what I'm going to put together next is that. I'm trying to figure out how in the world nobody watched or read 1984. Seems everyone's just perfectly fine with that. I think 1984 was designed as a warning, but now it seems like they're using it as a playbook. I don't understand. I do not understand. Just doesn't make any sense to me anymore. So it came with a little suit, little yellow tennis shoes. Let's get him going. I got a box over here with it in it. I think it's this one. Bought 2 of these specifically for that. There's a new Batman movie. I did not know that. I did not know that. Oh, right. It's the guy from Twilight. Right? What's his name? I kind of like Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck was playing an older Batman, so I guess they're going back to a younger Batman. A lot of movies coming out this winter, fall and winter. Really looking forward to Spider-Man. That's what I'm really looking forward to. So if you remember, this is the figure that we get. This is from Scarlet Vision. And they did a pretty good job with this. And they included the one thing I wished for years that Hot Toys would have included, which was the Vision without his, was it Mind Stone? Was it the Mind Stone? So I have a Vision over here with the Mind Stone in, or with that head sculpt on it. Looks pretty good. Truthfully, if I knew what I was doing, the whole figure should be kind of washed out with like a gray or something, just to make him look lifeless. I'm scared to death to do that to my Hot Toys, though. It's not a bad figure, this Vicious was. Gosh, we went, what, nearly 10 years with just one Vision. And then Hot Toys didn't even jump on this. This was the figure base. Remember? Again, this is what the outfit came in. With his little Chuck Taylors, yellow Chucks, which have the foot attachment inside of it, so you don't need a foot inside of there. There's already a foot in there. It comes with the two little babies. Two of these little guys. Man, what's the next series going to be from Marvel on Disney? Anybody have any idea what they're doing next? Or do we just have to wait till next year for Winter Soldier, Scarlet Vision, and What If? Is there something else coming up? And Loki. Are we just having to wait for season 2 of these? Year 1 Batman. Wow. So we're starting over from the very beginning. Wow. Origination story. Wow, wow, wow. I wonder what story they're going to tell here. God, I hope it's a good one. I hope they don't... man, I hope they don't screw up Batman. Because Batman, for real, has always just been straight up Batman. He's a crime fighter. You know? He's the crime fighter. He knows how to exact justice. He'd just as soon kill the bad guy, truthfully. He has like his own death wish thing going on. Batman does. I hope they don't... I hope they don't wimp him out. I hope he doesn't become politically correct. That's one thing Batman never was. He was never politically correct. He's Batman. What can you say? Batman is Batman. Hawkeye. Oh, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Hawkeye. Oh, my goodness. That's going to be interesting. So is it going to be backstory, you think, or is it going to be current story for Hawkeye? Did anybody have any idea? Oh, by the way, so the hands that they give you with this, they give you two hands that are the color of his dead vision, by the way. So when you decide to use, this head, you can use those hands. And this gosh darn wrist peg just broke clean off. Sheesh. I'm full on looking forward to the Spider-Man movie. Totally. Riddler's looking weird, huh? Jim Carrey pulled a pretty good Riddler, I think. Good. Good. He doesn't appear to be PC. That's good. He's Batman. I mean, come on. Batman's Batman. He's taking this tie off. Actually wraps around the neck. Sure has snaps on it. Batman is Batman. Little socks. Gonna have to use that little foot peg there. Socks are good. Don't get very many socks for your figures. Socks are good. Figure was that I was just putting a belt on. It was Michelle, wasn't it? Taking the belt off. Vision here. This is interesting. They have a strap here to keep the shirt tucked in nice tight. That's pretty clever. So what we have to do then is unsnap the shirt all the way and take it down his pants. So it's like a, I don't know what you call this, a unitard, right? Isn't that what they're called? The gymnastics people out there. Looking at all of this, I'm thinking to myself, I wonder how form-fitting this suit's going to be and whether I should have just fastened to this. Yeah, it doesn't appear that that strap comes off. So you're not going to be able to take that apart. Just have to slide it down. Pretty ingenious idea here. I don't believe I've seen this before in a dress shirt for these characters. I wonder what I could do with that. Tony's always looking dapper, right? Make a dapper Tony. Nice butterfly shoulder body. In case you're looking for one of these to do what your customs are. Like I said, if it's too tight of a suit, may have to totally fasten this out. And I will always use the term fasten to reference swapping out a seamless body. It's become a name of it all on its own. Doesn't necessarily mean TV League anymore. You know, you can say fasten it out and use any type of seamless body that you want. Truthfully. If I were to say, I'm going to fasten this figure, you have an idea what I'm doing. You know exactly what I'm planning on doing. I may use a jowl doll or some other style of figure. But you know what I'm planning on doing to it. I'm going to do away with this ugly seamed body and put a seamless body in it. Feisting that figure. Gosh, this would be good for James Bond. Another dapper fella, right? All right, so we got some 1970s shorts. When you guys remember these? Full-on bodysuit. Cape. And then wrist and ankle pieces. Don't know which one is which. One's shorter than the other, so I'm assuming, I don't know. I'm assuming the short one is going to be for the wrist. I don't know. There's a short one and a long one. Was Kate Bishop, was that the one that played Batgirl? Caffeine will kill you. Well, how many Marvel DC crossovers did they do? They did a handful of them. I think one time he fought Wolverine, didn't he? Iron Man and Batman would definitely be the true matchup. Yeah, I'm almost positive he fought Wolverine in one of the crossovers. Pop Toys bodies. I've got a Pop Toys body here someplace. What's wrong with the Ninth Doctor? Did you need a different body? Skinny for David Tennant, huh? Yeah, but you don't get this. Do you? You get that? Scam likely. Boy, they just do not let up. We're calling about your car's warranty. This is a courtesy call for your extended warranty on your car. It's about to expire. If we don't hear back from you, we will not call you again. I get that call every day for years. And I blocked the number, so the number will be like 202-592-1823. I'll block it. Tomorrow they call from 202-592-1824. And the next day they call from 202-592-1825. 202-592-1826. It never ends. It never ends. Oh, this little wrist peg. Let's see what we can do about that. I think these are the wrist pegs that are, you can't just swap out. They're like in there. You have to disassemble the wrist in order to get to it. I'll just use the same hand. Should be fine. Very stretchable here. Slides on it nicely. Really enjoyed Dune. So if you're looking for something to do this weekend, go see Dune. For real. And I'd be curious, those of you who've read the book, what your opinion is of it. Like I said, I've never read the book. I don't know anything about Dune, other than the fact that I had seen the first movie 30 years ago and don't remember it. And this thing is super tight. It's really pulling on this zipper here in the back. Which worries me. And the good thing is I have two of these suits. So if you remember what this was the Halloween costumes that he was wearing. So it really wasn't the original Vision, you know. It was supposed to be just a little campy, I guess you could say. A little kid costumey. I'm having difficulty getting over his elbows. This is too tight. My goodness. I'm afraid I'm going to rip it where the zipper begins down here. Jeez, this is scary, scary. Doing a Faisal would be really difficult with this because the material would stick to the body. This is super smooth and can't get it up over this elbow. The zipper's just caught right there in that um, hinge. Can't get it up over the bicep. Final courtesy call about your car's extended warranty. If you don't return our call, we will stop calling you. Please stop calling. God, I'm begging you, please. And none of my cars have extended warranties. So I don't know why the hell they're calling me. Can't get this up over this elbow. What in the hell? When I get one up, right, the other one pulls it down. If I can't get it past the elbows, how the hell am I going to get it past the shoulders? Right down past that elbow again. You've got to be kidding me. You know, I'm almost tempted to do disassemble the gosh darn shoulders. This is ridiculous. This is insane. So Kate Bishop is a DC character, not an actress. Assemble the shoulder. That's what we're going to do. There we go. That's what you got to do to get this on. That's insane. God, I hope this zipper still works after all of that. My goodness. That's insane, dude. That's absolutely insane. I don't think anybody tested this after putting it together. God, let's check this zipper first. May have to use my other suit. They have totally pulled the zipper out of its zippability. And it did. It totally did. So if you decide to put this Vision together with this, take the shoulder off. It's the only way you're getting it on there. Yep. And this zipper has been pulled out of the teeth. I could probably get the teeth back in there. I don't know if I want to mess with it that much right now, though. There we go. Oh, come on. So we got the zipper working, but because it was pulled out, I'm trying to get it back to its original state of being a functional zipper. Nope. Teeth do not want to grab. So, by the way, if you ever have a zipper that's come apart like that, super glue. Put some super glue on those teeth, even in real life. If you have something that a pair of pants or shorts or something like that where the zipper's busted out on that, super glue right there on the teeth, and that will keep that from coming up the other direction, and it'll keep you from zipping down past where you need to zip to where it's busted at. Yeah, it's definitely out of whack down there at the bottom where it was pulled so tightly. Yeah, don't do that. Disassemble the shoulder. Disassemble the shoulder. This is not easy getting this shoulder back together. The material caught all up in it. Jeez. What a pain in the ass. For real. My God. Oh, come on. Let's test this without the shirt first. Make sure we can put it back together. What am I doing wrong? Why aren't you just... All it is a simple... There's a gear in there, right? I can get it on. Sheesh. Come on. This is not fun. My God. Okay, so we have to get the little piece into the bicep. Then snap it up. Whew. Jeez. That's work. My goodness. We have a working shoulder. Busted zipper. Super glue it. Super glue it for fact. Yeah, this upsets me. So save yourself some frustration. Take the shoulder off. Be prepared for that frustration, though. And on top of that, I don't know, what do you think? Are the seams that horrible? I don't think they're that bad. I don't think they're that bad. So I think we're fine with this body. I don't know if you'd even be able to get a Fison body over this. I took the head off the neck, put the neck into the body first. It's having difficulty getting it pushed through. It's a very difficult suit. And now I don't remember whether or not there was a big gap there at the top of that zipper or not. Or if I did that from all the stretching and pulling. Trying to remember the actor's name. Played Vision. You thought they would have included a head sculpt for that with this outfit. Because this will be like civilian Vision, right? In his suit. His foot pegs out of his shoes. Put him in his chucks. Good old Chuck Taylors. Dude doesn't have that something to do with sandworms. 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 Big sandworms. I gotta tell you, I really enjoyed the movie. Really, really did. I'm really looking forward to part 2. If they hadn't put part 1 at the beginning of the movie, I probably would have enjoyed it better. Because obviously knowing that there wasn't going to be an ending to the movie kind of takes a lot of the fun out of it. You know? When you're sitting there and all of a sudden the movie ends and you're like, wait a minute, what happened? Where's the end of the movie? That gives you something to look forward to on the next one, But if they tell you right off the bat, oh, by the way, there's not going to be an ending to this movie because this is part 1. I don't know, just kind of takes something out of it. It's like, okay, well, I know this isn't going to end. And like I said, I had no idea until the movie started and literally says Dune Part 1. I guess that means there's going to be more. This guy's a lot of work here. My goodness. My goodness. Trying to line the seams up in the sleeve and in this little gauntlet or whatever. Now let's put this back together. Hopefully it'll stay. I don't want to have to do this surgery, which would involve cracking open that forearm in order to remove this wrist peg to put a new one in, I believe. Hopefully that will hold. Hopefully that will hold. The good thing is, because it's this little polyester stretchy spandex style outfit, you can pose him however you wish. You don't have to worry about that aspect with this figure. That's a fact. Almost forgot his little shorts. So we can figure out which one's front, which is back. I'd imagine back would have more material. And there's definitely a portion of it that has more material. Look at the crotch there. You can tell which one's the front, which one's the back. Probably should have put this on before I put the shoes on. It slips through pretty easily. Trying to remember, did they make also a Scarlet Witch coming out with her Halloween costume too? Because wasn't she also retro? It was interesting how they decided to recast Quicksilver, as they called it. That means I have to get that Quicksilver figure also from the Fox X-Men Quicksilver. I don't know how they're going to continue that storyline. I don't think he's dead. I think he's still very alive and well, right? I hope y'all watched Scarlet Vision. It's pretty good. Loki was pretty good. Scarlet Vision was pretty good. What If was pretty good. Uh, wasn't too thrilled with Winter Soldier Falcon story. They could have done a better job on that than what they decided to do. They could have done a much better job at that. Let's take this head off. Let's tie the cape. Took the neck out too. Jeez. Let's put the neck back in. I'm going to tie the cape and then put it onto the figure. I need tweezers to do this. What am I doing wrong? Let's think about this for a second. Let's try it with tweezers. What we're going to do is we're going to make this first loop, hold the first loop with the tweezers. My goodness. Holy cow. How the hell do surgeons do this? You guys happen to be a surgeon? Literally using two tweezers here. See if we can get this. Wrap it around. Shove it through. Oh, look at that. Not bad. Wasn't pretty, but wasn't bad. I was actually able to do it with two tweezers. Pull tight. Not bad. Two tweezers did it. A little bit of work. A little bit of work, no doubt about that. Does he wear the hood up? Paul Bethany. That's his name. Paul Bethany. Bettany. Paul Bettany? Bethany? Bettany? For some reason I have in my mind some story that somebody told me, something to the effect that he was about to give up trying to find an acting gig when he got the call to be Vision. Don't remember who it was that told me that, or how much truth is involved in it. Somewhere I heard that story. Or actually, Jarvis is who he was cast as originally, right? I was able to successfully transition that over into Vision. There we have it. This, by the way, is what I did with the minus the Mind Stone, right? And this is him in his suit. So I got Marvel Eternals coming up, right? I think that's in a couple weeks. Is that in 2 weeks? Marvel Eternals? That looks interesting. I hope it's a good movie. Yeah, by the way, on this Vision, by the way, I decided not to put a neck joint peg in there whatsoever. Just set the head onto the neck of Vision in order for him not to have the giraffe neck. So the neck post that they include is just way too long. Way too long. So I just set the head right onto the neck there, which works fine. My opinion. So there we have them. Keep grabbing them by their head. I used to grab them by their heads to move them about. This is the regular Hot Toys Vision right there. And that's the Vicious made by Flashpoint, which I think somebody told me Flashpoint is Toys Era. I don't know. So there you have it, guys. Thanks very much for tuning in. Definitely be here next Saturday. I'll be watching Wonder Woman 84 this week. Don't know if there's anything in the theaters I'll be going to see. I might look out, see what's going on out in the theaters. I enjoy going to the movies. I've always enjoyed going to the movies. I had a job going to the movies for many years. So why not go to the movies? If you're in a region where you can, get out. Get out, socialize. Call your friends up. Get out there and see those movies. Or hell, if you're really that paranoid over the whole thing, you can have a private watch party and rent the entire theater. So Cinemark does that for about $200. If you want to watch a theater movie all by yourself, you don't want anybody else in there, or you can bring, I think it's up to 30 friends for that $200. I don't know why they say only 30 friends. Hell, the theater probably seats more than that. I don't know. Maybe that's the size of the theater. Maybe that's all it holds is 30 people. But shoot, $200? Have your own private party? Not bad. When you think about it, you know, if 3 of you were to go out to the theater, that'd be $60 right there. And be able to kick everyone else out and make it your own? Shoot. Why not? Hell, I've spent $200 on dinner in New York City. That's a fact. Reach me out on Facebook Messenger. Collection tour. After I get this room straightened out, I'll get you a collection tour. I can't even see all my figures. Can't even get to all my figures. All right, I'm looking forward to enjoying Wonder Woman 84. Thank you very much, Jake. Thank you very much, CBS Sci-Fi, Robert, Dagger Ancest, Toys Mafia, Mini Maker. God, I hope I'm not forgetting any of you that were on today. Thank you very much. I love spending time with you. I'm here every Saturday. Jake, thank you. And thanks for sticking around with me for my 2 hours of torment. Let me look at this real quick. Let me see if I ripped that top of that suit also, or if there's supposed to be a big hole at the top of that zipper. I think I may have ripped that too. I did. I totally did. Be careful with that. If you're buying this, be careful with that. Take the shoulder off. Yep. It's not supposed to have a big hole up at the top of the zipper either. I totally ripped that. Thank God I got two of them. Thank God I got two of them. Thank you, Patreon supporters. I really appreciate that. It's nice to know that you guys appreciate what I do. Spending my time with you here. I love you guys spending your time with me. Look forward to it every Saturday. I'm assuming Saturday's the best day. I don't know. Would Sunday be a better day for you all? Well, www./Siri, patreon.com, www.patreon.com/SIRIEMERALD if you wish to be a Patreon supporter. If nothing else, I will see you all next week. Enjoy your week. Have fun. Get out and do something. Go to the movies. Go see Dune. Peace. Love you guys.